Debt of the Heart, Episode 1, The Offer. Rain hammered against the cracked kitchen window as I counted the bills on the table for the third time. My fingers trembled each time I lifted a crumpled note, and the dim yellow light flickered above me like it was as tired as I was. 270, 280. I exhaled shakily. That's it. Behind me, my father coughed in his sleep, a deep, painful cough that tore straight through my chest. I glanced at him lying on the old sofa, blankets pulled up to his chin, the hospital bracelet still around his wrist. We were out of time. The invoice in front of me felt like a threat, bold red numbers screaming at me. I pressed my palm against it, as if that could make it disappear. Did we make it? I looked up to see my little brother Nick, leaning in the doorway. His school uniform was damp with rain, and his hair stuck to his forehead. He looked so young, so hopeful. It hurt to meet his eyes. I pushed the sad pile of money toward the center of the table. We made something. He walked over, sat down, and stared at the numbers. The hope in his eyes dimmed. They said they'll stop treatment if we don't pay by the end of the week, he whispered. I know. I forced my voice to stay steady. I'll fix it. I have a double shift tomorrow, and the hotel at night. I'll pick up something else too, maybe cleaning, maybe… Maya. He touched my hand gently. It won't be enough. I knew that. I knew it better than anyone, but I couldn't break, not in front of him. I rubbed my face with both hands and took a shaky breath. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. My stomach clenched. Probably another collector demanding money we didn't have. It buzzed again and again. I hesitated, then answered. Hello? A deep, smooth voice replied. Is this Ms. Maya Georgie? Yes, who's calling? This is Mr. Leon Hartmann's office. You applied for the evening assistant position at Hartmann Group. I blinked, my heart skipping. I remembered sending that application weeks ago, in the middle of a breakdown, thinking they would never even look at it. Yes, I did. We'd like to schedule your final interview for tomorrow morning at 9, top floor of Hartmann Tower. Do not be late. The call ended just like that. I stared at my phone, speechless. Nika leaned forward. Was that Hartmann Group? My voice sounded small. They want to interview me. His face lit up, really lit up, for the first time in days. Maya, if you get a job there, that could change everything. If. But the tiny spark inside me was impossible to ignore. The next morning, Hartmann Tower rose above the city like it owned the sky. Standing in front of it, I felt microscopic. People in expensive coats swept past me, businesswomen, executives, assistants, each one looking far more qualified than I felt. My borrowed blazer was slightly too big at the shoulders, my shoes pinched, my hair refused to stay in its bun. But I straightened my back. For Dad, I whispered. For Nick, don't screw this up. Inside, the lobby looked like something from a movie. Marble floors, glass walls, soft lighting, quiet wealth everywhere. I walked up to the receptionist, trying not to slip on the shiny tiles. I'm here for an interview, I said, praying my voice wouldn't shake. Maya Smith. She checked her screen. Top floor, elevator A. You're expected. Expected? By who? I swallowed hard and stepped into the elevator. As it began to rise, my reflection in the metallic doors stared back at me, nervous, hopeful, terrified. The doors opened to a floor so quiet I could hear my heartbeat. Glass offices, clean lines, expensive scents. A woman with a severe bun approached me. Ms. Smith? Yes. Follow me. You're the only candidate selected for the final round. Only candidate? My pulse quickened. Why me? She led me down a long hallway to a large wooden door. She knocked once and opened it. Sir, Ms. Smith is here. I stepped inside. The office was breathtaking, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the entire city, and behind a massive sleek desk sat a man I instantly recognized from newspapers and business articles, Leon Hartmann. Younger than I expected, early 30s, tall, controlled posture, dark hair, strong jaw, eyes sharp enough to cut straight through me. He looked up from his screen and said in a low, steady voice, So, you're Maya. My throat went dry. Yes, sir. He stood, walking toward me with slow, measured steps. He didn't smile. He didn't offer a hand. He simply studied me, like he was trying to figure out exactly what I was worth. And then he said the last thing I expected. I know about your situation. My blood froze. My situation? Hartmann, one of the most powerful men in the country, had just asked me to become his fiancée. Not girlfriend, not assistant, fiancée. My vision blurred at the edges. I wasn't sure if I was dizzy or simply losing my grip on reality. Is this a joke? I whispered. No. His tone was flat, calm, unhurried. I don't joke. I stared at him, at the sharp lines of his suit, the controlled expression on his face. He looked like the type of man who built empires with a single signature. And here I was, the girl who couldn't afford her father's medication. I don't understand, I managed. You don't even know me. I know enough. He moved to the window, hands clasped behind his back. And I don't need you to love me. I don't even need you to like me. He turned his head slightly. I need you to perform. The word sent a chill through me. Perform what? A relationship, he said plainly. A stable, believable engagement. Public appearances, family events, charity galas. The media already circulate stories about my lack of emotional availability. I need to neutralize those stories quickly. I blinked. Why me? You could choose anyone, a celebrity, a model, and lose control. No. His gaze pinned me again. I need someone without ties, someone who can disappear after the contract ends, someone who won't leverage my name for fame or money. So, someone desperate, I said quietly. His expression didn't change. Yes. The honesty stung, but it wasn't wrong. What are you offering exactly? I whispered. He approached his desk, opened a drawer, and pulled out a thin binder. In exchange for 1 year, he said, placing the binder in front of me, I will pay off all your father's medical debt. I'll also provide health insurance for him and financial support for your brother's schooling. My knees felt weak. And, he added, you will receive a compensation of 100,000 lari when the arrangement ends. My heart lurched. I tried to swallow, but my throat was dry. 1 year, I repeated, pretending to be engaged to you. Yes, and then what? Then we end the engagement, publicly, quietly, with a mutually beneficial narrative. You walk away with your family's future secured. It was too much, too fast, too unreal. I need time to think. You have until tomorrow morning, he said. Tomorrow? I cried. That's not enough. You are not the only one who is desperate, Miss Georgie. His voice lowered, for the first time revealing something beneath the ice. I have my own reasons for needing this, and I won't wait. I pressed my fingers against the binder. What kind of reasons? His jaw tightened. That is not part of the agreement. The room seemed to shrink around me. I felt like I was standing in the center of a storm, his storm, and he controlled every gust of wind. I can't lie to my family, I whispered. I can't tell my father. You will tell them a version of the truth. You met someone. He offered help. He cares about you. He shrugged. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be believable. I covered my face with my hands. This is insane. Yes, he agreed calmly, but it solves your problem. I dropped my hands and looked at him. What happens if I refuse? He didn't blink. Then the offer disappears, and you walk out of here exactly as you walked in, drowning. His words sliced deep, because they were true. By the time I stepped out of Hartmann Tower, my head was spinning. Pedestrians rushed past me, cars honked. The noise of the city felt overwhelming, but nothing compared to the storm in my mind. A year of pretending, a fake engagement, a man I didn't trust, a contract that could save my family or ruin me. When I got home, Nika ran to me. How was the interview? Did you get the job? I forced a smile. I don't know yet. He didn't notice the panic behind my eyes. He never did. He believed in me like I was magic. Dad was awake, pale and sweating. Maya, sit. You look exhausted. Did something happen? I sat on the edge of his bed, trying to control my breathing. Something strange happened. And for the next 10 minutes, I told them a softened version. A man who wanted to help me, who wanted a committed relationship, who could support my father's health and Nika's education. I didn't mention contracts, or money, or the word fiancée. Dad smiled weakly. Maya, it's okay to let someone love you. My stomach twisted. It's not like that. But he closed his eyes, whispering, maybe it could be. Nika nudged me. I mean, if someone sees your worth, why not? I wanted to scream, it's not real. But I stayed quiet. That night, I couldn't sleep. I paced the apartment while my father and brother slept. Every clock tick seemed to echo in my chest. 1 year, one lie, one man who could pull my entire world apart. He was the kind you couldn't ignore even if you tried. Tall, elegant, polished, and furious. Her blonde hair was twisted into a smooth chignon, and her heels clicked sharply against the marble as she approached, like she owned the building. Leon, she spat, you can't be serious. Leon didn't move, didn't blink. He simply rested a hand on the back of my chair. Emily, he said calmly, meet Maya Smith, my fiancée. My heartbeat slammed against my ribs so hard I felt dizzy. My signature wasn't even dry on the contract yet. The word fiancé echoed in my mind like it didn't belong to me. Emily looked me up and down, her disgust obvious. "Oh, please," she snapped. "She's wearing a $30 blazer from a clearance rack." She wasn't wrong. I didn't even own the blazer. I borrowed it from a co-worker. Leon's voice hardened. "That's enough." Emily let out a humorless laugh. "Do you expect anyone to believe this? You, the most inaccessible man in the city, suddenly engaged to—" She gestured vaguely at me. "This?" Heat rushed to my cheeks, but before I could defend myself, Leon stepped forward. "Leave, Emily," he said. "We're done." Her expression sharpened. "Done? You're ditching me for her." "There was never a we," he replied, voice cold. "You pursued me. I was never interested." Emily turned her anger toward me. "This isn't over," she hissed. Then she spun on her heel and stormed out, slamming the door. Silence followed, thick and suffocating. My hands trembled against the pen still in my grasp. "Was that necessary?" "Yes." Leon returned to his calm, controlled composure. "She's been feeding the media rumors about my private life. This will stop her." "This?" I repeated. "You mean us?" "Yes. And our announcement goes out in 1 hour." My stomach dropped. "What?" He handed me a sleek black smartphone. "Your new phone. All public communication goes through this. My staff will manage our social presence." I stared at it. 1 hour? You're just going to tell the whole world we're engaged? The world needs a narrative to believe. The sooner it starts, the better. "I haven't even told my family the truth," I whispered. "You told them enough," he said. "They know someone is helping you. That is true." My chest tightened. "Nick is going to freak out." Leon's gaze softened, slightly, almost imperceptibly. "I understand this is overwhelming, but once the announcement is out, things will move quickly. You'll have a schedule, a wardrobe team, a media coach. Everything will be handled." I sank into the chair. Handled. Right. He rested his hands on the desk, leaning slightly toward me. "Maya, I didn't choose you by accident. You're strong. You're resilient. You will adapt." "Because I'm desperate," I whispered bitterly. He didn't deny it. "Because you're capable." The word hit me harder than I expected. The next hour passed in a blur of paperwork, digital signatures, and stern instructions from Leon's staff. I tried to keep up, but everything felt unreal, like I was being swept into a current I couldn't escape. Finally, Leon approached with a simple message drafted on his phone. "Leon Hartmann and Maya Smith, engaged. More details to follow." "Ready?" he asked. "No," I admitted softly. He pressed post anyway. Within seconds, the notifications exploded. His PR team's phones buzzed non-stop. Reporters began flooding the company inbox. Social media lit up with shock, gossip, and disbelief. My head spun. Leon placed a hand on the small of my back, guiding, steadying. "We have a meeting downstairs," he said. "My senior team needs to meet you." Meet me? Like I wasn't an imposter wearing someone else's life. We took the private elevator down to a conference room filled with executives in tailored suits. Conversations halted at the sight of us. Leon spoke first. "This is Maya, my fiancée." A small ripple of shock moved across the room. I forced a smile. My lips trembled. One woman stepped forward, warm and welcoming. "Congratulations," she said gently. "I'm Angela, head of communications. We'll take good care of you." For the first time that day, someone treated me like a human, not a scandal. But as the meeting continued, discussing schedules, upcoming public events, charity dinners, social media strategies, I felt the walls closing in. At one point, Leon leaned close and whispered, "Breathe, Maya." I tried, but everything was becoming too much. The cameras, the eyes, the lies. When the meeting ended, I escaped to the hallway, leaning against the wall. My legs felt shaky, my chest tight. I needed air. I made it outside the building, gulping in the cool afternoon breeze when my phone buzzed. The new one. A message from Mum flashed across the screen. "Maya, are the rumors true? Is this the man you told us about? Call me, now." I winced, my stomach twisting. City streets, weaving between traffic like every second mattered. Leon sat beside me, stiff, jaw clenched, phone pressed to his ear. "Yes," he said sharply. "Keep the reporters away from the building. No one gets near him. I don't care what it takes." My stomach twisted. He was talking about my dad. I leaned forward. "Please, let me talk to him." Leon ended the call and met my eyes. "He's fine, Maya. Security reached your father and Nick before the reporters did. They're both inside your apartment, safe." I swallowed hard, relief washing through me, but it didn't last, because reality was sinking in fast. My father, my little brother. My whole world was suddenly part of a lie I agreed to. "What do we do now?" I whispered. "We go somewhere private," Leon said. "Someplace the press can't reach you." He hesitated, then added, "My penthouse." My pulse quickened. His home, his world. I nodded, because what choice did I have? When we arrived, I understood immediately why no one ever saw Leon's personal life. His penthouse wasn't just luxurious, it was untouchably perfect. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the skyline, curated modern art. Everything sleek, cold, and impossibly expensive. I felt like a stain on the carpet. But when I stepped inside, something unexpected happened. The door locked behind us with a soft click, and for the first time all day, silence settled around me. Real silence. No reporters, no cameras, no lies being drafted into headlines, just me and him. Leon loosened his tie, exhaling. I had never seen him look tired before. Human, even. I'm sorry, he said quietly. I blinked. You're sorry? This isn't how it was supposed to go. He scrubbed a hand over his face. My PR team was supposed to control the release. The reporters weren't supposed to find your family. I didn't think they would care this much, I whispered. He looked at me, eyes softening. You're connected to me now. They'll care about every detail of your life. A shiver ran through me. This is terrifying. I know. He stepped closer, but you're not alone in it. The warmth in his voice surprised me. Where was the ice-cold CEO from before? I sat on the couch, my nerves buzzing. My dad's sick. Reporters asking him about our love story. It's cruel. Leon's shoulders lowered. I'll fix it, I promise. I stared at him, realizing something I hadn't before. Leon didn't make promises lightly. He counted his words like currency. Hours passed. His team issued statements. Reporters backed off. My father and Nick were moved to a safe location temporarily. The crisis eased, but the tension in my chest didn't. When evening fell, Leon approached me with 2 glasses of water. Not wine, not champagne, just water. It felt strangely intimate. Drink, he said gently. You haven't all day. I took a sip, staring at him over the rim of the glass. Why me, Leon? Really, why not someone from your world? Someone who knows how to handle this life? He paused, and for the first time since I met him, he didn't look like a man in control. My board, he said finally, and my grandfather's will. They want me to appear stable, settled. The rumours about my emotional unavailability are starting to cost the company. Investors want certainty. And a fiancé gives them that? A fiancé they can't influence gives me that, he corrected. I frowned. Meaning, someone without power? No, he said softly. Someone who won't betray me. His eyes met mine, and something cracked open inside him. Something wounded. Something he had no intention of letting anyone see. My voice softened. You think everyone around you wants something. I know they do. He looked away. Except you. Heat rose to my cheeks. You don't know me either. No, he said, stepping closer. But I'm learning. My breath caught as he reached out, slowly, and brushed his thumb across my cheek. A gentle, hesitant touch, like he wasn't used to touching someone with tenderness. Maya, he whispered, this was supposed to be an arrangement. Clean, professional. His gaze fell to my lips, then back to my eyes. But today, when I saw how the press went after your family, something shifted. I didn't expect to feel... A knock shattered the moment. Leon stiffened instantly, his eyes narrowed. He opened the door. A tall man in a security uniform stood there. Sir, he said, there's something you need to hear. It's about Maya's father. My heart dropped. What happened? The guard hesitated, looking at Leon for permission. Leon nodded. It's not reporters, the guard said. It's a man. He showed up asking for Maya. Says he knows her. He refused to leave. My blood turned to ice. What man? The guard pressed his lips together. He said his name is Jason Harris. My breath caught in my throat. Jason, my ex, the one person I never wanted to see again. Leon's eyes sharpened, the softness gone. Who is he? He demanded. I could barely speak. Someone who shouldn't be here. Leon stepped protectively in front of me, jaw tight. Get him out of her family's building. I don't care how. Yes, sir. The guard left. Leon turned back to me, eyes dark, voice low. Maya, he said, you're going to tell me exactly who Jason Harris is and why he thinks he still has a claim on you. My legs trembled, because Jason wasn't just an ex. He was the reason I didn't trust anyone, the reason I was drowning in debt, the reason I ran. And now he had found me again. My voice cracked as I whispered, he's the man who ruined my life. Leon's expression turned lethal. And for the first time, I believed him when he said, you're not alone